Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. The Los Angeles Dodgers have been navigating some intriguing roster shifts lately. And one name that's been gaining attention is Alex Freeland, a promising prospect who's starting to make waves in the major leagues. His call-up came on July 29th, a direct consequence of Shi Kim landing on the injured list with bursitis in his left shoulder. Since that moment, Freeland hasn't just been sitting on the bench waiting for an opportunity. He seized the chance to show what he can do at the highest level, starting 6 of the Dodgers' 8 games following his promotion. Initially, Freeland found himself manning third base, stepping into a role left temporarily vacant by Max Muncy, who was sidelined by a bone bruise in his left knee. But now, with Muncy back in the lineup and ready to take on his usual duties, Freeland's versatility has come to the forefront. He's been sliding over to the middle infield more regularly, especially at second base, where he's expected to fill in for Tommy Edman, who recently went on a 10-day injured list after spraining his right ankle. Freeland's adaptability has been crucial for the Dodgers as they juggle these injuries and aim to maintain their competitive edge in a tightly contested National League. Freeland started second base on that Tuesday game against the St. Louis Cardinals, marked the beginning of what could be multiple appearances at that position. It's not every day that a player transitions between third base and second base with such fluidity, especially when still finding his footing in the big leagues. Yet Freeland has handled it with a maturity and composure that speaks volumes about his potential. Over the course of his time with the Dodgers so far, he has reached base 7 times in 23 plate appearances. For a rookie adjusting to major league pitching and defensive demands, that's an encouraging start and a foundation on which he can build. However, the nature of baseball is that opportunity often comes and goes quickly, especially for young players called up due to injuries elsewhere on the roster. Shi Kim, the player Freeland temporarily replaced, is working hard to return to action. His rehab is progressing steadily, with reports indicating he is nearing 90% health, although his manager, Dave Roberts, believes that might realistically translate closer to 80 or 85% at this stage. Kim has been taking batting practice, running the bases, and fielding ground balls, all of which are key milestones on the road back from injury. The Dodgers' hope is that Kim's time on the injured list will be short-lived, and once he's ready, Freeland may have to return to AAA Oklahoma City to continue his development there. Despite the uncertainty about how long Freeland will stay with the big league club, his presence has been felt on the field. There was a rough patch during a game against the Cardinals where he committed an error at third base, a miscue and a throw to second base that got past Miguel Rojas and allowed the Cardinals to extend their lead. Freeland didn't shy away from taking responsibility for that mistake, showing a level of accountability that's vital for any player, especially a rookie. "I thought it was a close play and just made a bad throw," he said after the game, which the Dodgers lost 5-3. He acknowledged that every game, regardless of the outcome, is a learning experience and that he would take the lessons from that day and move forward. While Freeland is gaining valuable experience, the Dodgers roster is full of other storylines that continue to shape the team's narrative. For example, Shi Otani made headlines despite the Dodgers' loss to the Cardinals. His performance on that day was unique and historic in a rather unfortunate way. According to statistical analyses, Otani became the only player in Major League Baseball history, since runs batted in became an official stat in 1920, to hit a home run, strike out at least 8 batters, drive in more runs than he allowed, and draw more walks than he gave up, all in the same game. That rare combination of dominance and struggle highlights the complex nature of his contributions. At the plate, Otani went 1 for 3 with a home run, his 39th of the season, positioning him as second in the National League in homers, just behind Kyle Schwarber. On the mound, he showed flashes of brilliance, striking out 8 over 4 innings, surrendering just 1 earned run on 2 hits, and issuing no walks. His earned run average now stands at an impressive 2.37 for the season. This is all the more remarkable given that he is still on the comeback trail from Tommy John surgery, which sidelined him for all of 2024. Otani's steady improvement on the mound bodes well for the Dodgers' playoff hopes, especially with the possibility of him becoming a formidable two-way weapon once again. His bid for a second consecutive National League Most Valuable Player award seems well within reach if he can keep this form. Meanwhile, the Dodgers' offense has been a topic of much debate and scrutiny over the past month. Their performance at the plate has been inconsistent, to say the least. Since the start of July, the team's collective batting average has hovered around .231, with on-base and slugging percentages also dipping below expectations. Scoring only 116 runs over that stretch places them near the bottom of the league rankings, 27th out of 30 teams, a stark contrast to their elite production earlier in the season. Their strikeout rate has climbed to nearly a quarter of their plate appearances, the third highest in Major League Baseball over that period, while their walk rate remains middling. This offensive slump has left fans and analysts wondering about the team's prospects heading into the final stretch. Despite these struggles, the Dodgers front office took a conservative approach during the trade deadline. Instead of making aggressive moves to bolster their lineup, the team opted to add only depth, acquiring Alex Call as a fourth outfielder to support the bench. There were rumors linking the Dodgers to players like Steven Kwan, who might have offered some offensive spark, but ultimately the organization decided against a big trade. The reasoning, as explained by Dodgers President of Baseball Operations Andrew Freeland, was that no single acquisition could fix the underlying issues the team was facing at the plate. The problems were more about the star players failing to perform at their usual level rather than a lack of talent or depth. In other words, bringing in one more bat wouldn't solve the fundamental struggles of key contributors like Mookie Betts, Teoscar Hernandez, and Andy Pages. Friedman emphasized that the Dodgers' philosophy is grounded in patient, smart baseball, getting good pitches to hit and grinding out at-bats, traits that have defined their offensive identity for years. The recent slump, especially since late June, has been frustrating but doesn't represent a shift in that DNA. Instead, the hope remains that the team's top players will regain their form and that the offense will once again become one of the best in the league. There are some encouraging signs this August, with Freddie Freeman breaking out of a prolonged slump and Hernandez showing some flashes of productivity. Betts, in particular, has been a central figure in this offensive malaise. The entire season has been a challenge for the Dodgers shortstop, and it has taken a toll on the team's overall output. Manager Dave Roberts has contemplated adjusting Betts' spot in the lineup to alleviate pressure, but ultimately decided to stick with him near the top of the order. This decision is a clear signal of confidence, reflecting Roberts' belief in Betts' value both offensively and defensively. Roberts wants Betts to feel supported, knowing that the team still counts on him despite the struggles. My only ask for him, Roberts said, is that he has as much confidence in himself as I do, and it will turn around. Looking ahead, the Dodgers will face tough challenges as they try to recapture their early season form. Pitching remains a strong suit, with the likes of Clayton Kershaw and others set to lead the rotation, but the offense will need to sharpen up if they want to contend deep into the playoffs. The development of young players like Alex Freeland, combined with the recovery of injured stars, could provide the spark the team needs to regain momentum and deliver the kind of consistent production fans have come to expect from Los Angeles. The road ahead is demanding, but the talent and resilience within this roster suggests the Dodgers still have plenty to offer as the season progresses. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. In the latest whirlwind of Major League Baseball speculation, the Los Angeles Dodgers have reportedly confirmed a blockbuster trade with the Houston Astros that has sent shockwaves through the baseball community. According to multiple sources close to the teams, the Dodgers have agreed to acquire a key player from the Astros, with Cam Smith's name buzzing around as the pivotal figure in this deal. While official announcements are still awaited, insiders hint at the trade being a strategic move to bolster the Dodgers roster and potentially reshaping their championship aspirations. The trade is stirring intense rumors across fan bases and analysts alike, who are already speculating on the implications for both teams as they prepare for the upcoming season. The Dodgers, known for their aggressive pursuit of talent, seem to have pulled off a move that could significantly impact their lineup, pitching rotation, or bullpen, depending on the final details that are expected to surface soon. Houston, meanwhile, appears poised to capitalize on this exchange by acquiring valuable assets or prospects that fit their long-term strategy. The timing of this trade, so close to the trade deadline, adds another layer of intrigue, suggesting that both franchises are making calculated bets on their postseason trajectories. The excitement and chatter around this development have already reached a fever pitch, as fans and analysts eagerly await further confirmation and details. Speculation continues to grow about what exactly the Dodgers gave up in return for the coveted Houston asset, with names of prospects and draft picks being tossed around in the rumor mill. The nature of this trade suggests a win-now mentality from Los Angeles, indicating that the front office believes this acquisition could be the missing piece for their playoff push. Cam Smith, if indeed the central figure in this deal, has shown flashes of brilliance in Houston, making him a highly sought-after player who could fill critical gaps for the Dodgers. However, insiders caution that the details of the trade could still evolve, with additional players or considerations possibly included. Fans from both sides are engaging in heated debates over social media, weighing the pros and cons and what this means for the team's futures. The Dodgers' aggressive approach is a reminder of their commitment to maintaining a competitive edge in a tightly contested National League West division. Meanwhile, Houston's willingness to trade a prized player signals a potential shift in their roster philosophy, possibly focusing on rebuilding or retooling for sustained success. The buzz generated by this trade underscores the unpredictability and excitement that defines MLB's trade deadline period, where fortunes can pivot dramatically on a single deal. The broader baseball community is abuzz with analysis and projections on how this trade could influence the balance of power within the league. Analysts speculate that if Cam Smith integrates well with the Dodgers, his impact could extend beyond individual statistics, influencing team chemistry and on-field dynamics. The Dodgers management has reportedly expressed confidence in Smith's ability to adapt to the demands of a high-pressure environment like Los Angeles, where expectations are sky-high. On the other hand, Houston fans are bracing for changes that might affect team performance in the short term, but could offer long-term benefits if the return package proves fruitful. Rumors suggest that the Astros might have secured promising young talent or future draft considerations in exchange, indicating a strategic move to remain competitive in future seasons. The timing of the trade also raises questions about how it might affect upcoming matchups, playoff seeding, and divisional standings. Baseball insiders emphasize the importance of monitoring how quickly Smith adjusts to his new role, as well as how the Dodgers recalibrate their lineup around him. The excitement and anticipation generated by this blockbuster trade reflect the ever-changing nature of MLB, where one transaction can significantly alter the course of a franchise's destiny. Fans and media outlets alike have been dissecting every possible angle of the Dodgers-Astros trade, speculating on what this means for team dynamics, player morale, and overall strategy moving forward. Cam Smith's arrival in Los Angeles is already being framed as a potential game changer, especially if he delivers consistent performances under the bright lights of Dodger Stadium. Meanwhile, Houston's front office is believed to be orchestrating a calculated plan that balances immediate competitiveness with future growth. Discussions around this trade have highlighted the increasing importance of roster flexibility and the value of acquiring versatile players who can fill multiple roles. The Dodgers fan base, known for its high expectations, is eagerly awaiting confirmation of the deal's details, hoping that the addition of Smith or other players from Houston will translate into more wins and a deep playoff run. Conversely, Astros supporters are cautiously optimistic, understanding that significant roster moves often involve short-term sacrifices for long-term gains. The buzz on social media and sports talk shows reflects the broader excitement in the baseball world, where trades of this magnitude can ignite renewed enthusiasm and shift narratives. As the dust settles, all eyes remain on how this rumored blockbuster trade will unfold in the coming weeks. The potential impact of this trade extends far beyond the immediate players involved, signaling a possible shift in how both the Dodgers and Astros approach team building in a highly competitive MLB landscape. If the rumors hold true and the trade is finalized, it could set a precedent for future deals between top-tier franchises looking to balance present needs with future ambitions. The Dodgers' aggressive pursuit of talent, especially from a division rival like Houston, underscores their commitment to maintaining dominance in the National League. Meanwhile, the Astros appear to be signaling a willingness to adapt and evolve their roster strategy, possibly focusing more on youth and development after this trade. The media frenzy surrounding this potential blockbuster has already sparked debates about the best way to build a winning team in modern baseball. With a blend of veterans and promising youngsters, fans of both teams are bracing for a roller coaster of emotions as the trade's effects become clearer on the field. This deal could also influence other teams' trade strategies, as rival franchises watch closely to see how this move affects standings and playoff chances. Ultimately, the Dodgers-Houston trade rumor represents one of the most exciting and potentially transformative moments in this MLB season, setting the stage for what promises to be a thrilling conclusion to the year. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.